Dennis Priestley is 2 sets to 0 up on Bernd Roith and looking good for a place in round 2. And also through, Andy Smith, comfortable 3-1 success. The Aussie missed a lot of doubles. Magnus Karras, well, talking of missed doubles, Berger missed 4 for the match there. Karras got home 4-3. Mark Walsh is through. He beat Justin Pipe 3-1. Dennis Priestley well on his way against the German, Bernie Roith. And last on the pre-Christmas menu, the King against the Swede. King versus Karras. I predict Roith. See what you've done there.
Throw first. Game on.
Rod's confused. Priestley 2, Roith 0. Any way back for Bernie the Bolt here at Rodney?
No, I can't see any way back. I mean, Dennis is not going to let anyone get back at him from here. On his day, he would bury people, and I'm certainly,
60.
even at this age, he's got so much experience. He will finish him off pretty quick, I believe.
Hats Entertainment at the darts at the Alexandra Palace. Priestley, a menacing figure from Mexpra. Makes it 2 maximums in the match. As he chases a 7th straight leg. And you know, Rodney, Bernd Roith has done a shot at a double since leg 2 of the match. So that's 5 legs. Priestley hasn't even allowed him a smell of the outer ring.
140.
Well, bit of a pull on that third one. Well, I was just about to say that there was a 9-darter on there, but again, the 4th dart was rather low.
Well, Roith hasn't played anything like as well as he did in Dins Larkin in the European Championship when he beat Dennis Ovens, who's a pretty good benchmark, solid pro Ovens, so that's a reasonable win. And then eventually lost to Barney. As I've mentioned before, he had Barney rattled halfway through that game. Looked like he might beat the former world champ. Priestley, is he going to go hunting a third?
109.
He's got the bit between his teeth now. Once that first start was in the trouble, you could see in his face a bit more aggressive, him saying, come on Dennis, fill it up. Jenny at home shouting, come on Dennis. And certainly, yeah, she's saying, come home as quick as possible. Your dinner's on the table.
Well, possible 11 darter. Rod, you said it could be a possible 9, but 11s would do. We saw a 10 dart from Barney last night. Well,
he's thinking the guy's not playing well. Will he go out 161? You know, 20 for the bullseye. Well, he can go either there.
Got caught in about 4 mines there, Rod, didn't he?
73.
Well, he did, and if this guy goes out on 161, he'll be thinking like Bristow did back in '83. Instead of going to the bullseye, let Della take out the 138.
Brissey's been thinking about that for 27 years, about why didn't he go for the bull.
60.
We'll ask him again later.
Dennis required 12.
2 6s for Priestley.
Doesn't want to split it. Well, if you're going to miss, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just kiss it off of that.
Game Charles in the first leg. Dennis Priestley.
2 maximums in the leg, Rod.
Dennis to throw first.
And the 7th straight leg for the former world champ. He's won it twice, but I'll tell you what, he's had a few shockers in the first round over the years. John Farrell, Keith Della, Dennis Smith, Steve Mace and Kevin McDine have all knocked him out in the first round. He went out in a group stage, had a group round robin, didn't you, in 95, the year after he won it at the Circus Tavern, Rod? And you were telling me about, he got a real pasting by John Lowe in that. Yeah,
it's funny how certain games remind you, and that one stands out really in my mind. He won it the year before and then went and lost 9 straight legs to John Lowe, 3 sets to 0. And
60.
And he was playing superb at the time. We couldn't believe what we were watching. You know, it's in my mind that vivid.
Whitewash of a world champion, that doesn't happen very often. Current world champion back on the 27th of December. Philip Taylor take on Per Larsen. Tell you what, everyone itching to see what Phil Taylor produces after a shaky first round. Will he be back to his imperious best?
100.
Well, Dennis has moved from about a 79-80 average up to a 90, just under 93. So these last 6 or 7 legs have been pretty impressive. You know, when you look at them stats, Rod.
41. Yes, he's really picked up his game from a slow and steady start to produce a decent performance here. Hasn't been pushed, of course. But he's dominated from the second leg onwards, hasn't he? It's the last time Roith got a shot at a double.
And to be quite honest, I mean, you don't care how you play as long as you win this first game. You know, so you're playing after Christmas. First rounds are always tough, and
100.
All these players can come back relaxed. And certainly there's going to be 40 players having to watch it.
Yeah. Quite right, Rod. 40 players will go out, 8 from the prelim and 32 from the first round, so there'll be 40 players wanting to swap places with Dennis Priestley if he goes through.
Dennis, you require 80.
Now, 80. This is for 8 on the trot. Will it be great from Priestley? Possible 14 darter. Well, it's still possible despite that loose dart.
You can see the annoyance on his face. And that is a mile away as well. We say about not missing big numbers. Missing that one, missing the 20 by hitting the 1. And he took the 80 out very cleanly to win the previous set.
Well, remember, he hasn't won a leg for about 20 minutes. And he's going to have to hit a treble to get a chance at a double. Treble 19. No. We've talked a lot about Dennis Priestley, but Bernd Roith will be really upset with what he's produced here tonight because he's much better than this.
Dennis, you require 54.
So 54, Rod, for another leg to Dennis.
Well, we know where he's going. In the early 90s, he'd have probably got 18 double 18, but you certainly go 14 double top for this. Used to love the double 18, but at the moment he's hitting this double top. He's been pretty tidy on that double top in the whole match. And now he's one leg away from a real good Christmas in the Priestley family.
Well, I think I make that 5 times he's hit double top in this match, Rod. Five times he's hit it, Rod, 95. From 7 attempts. Impressive.
Well, that's what my bit of paper says, Rod, as well.
You store it all in your head, Rodney. Your mental arithmetic as a darts player is meticulous. Now, can Dennis make it 9 legs on the spin here? Remember, he lost the first leg, he almost lost the second, but pinched it. And since then, it's been one-way traffic from Den. Yeah. And Bernie will be bolting his way home.
He certainly will, yeah. The last 8 legs, you have to say, has been pretty tidy from Dennis. What a contrast it's going to be. You know, obviously we think he's going to win from here. Against Anderson, you've got someone who throws so quickly. And Dennis, I can assure you, will slow the young man down even a little bit more.
Well, Gary Anderson won 9 straight legs against Hashimoto. Hashimoto didn't win a leg, so 9 straight for Anderson. Priestley is looking like winning 9 straight after losing the opener, so similar.
125.
Anderson was still a big favourite, but there's no question, Rod, who the crowd will be supporting. They'll want to see Priestley roll back the years and turn in the masterclass, just as they did, as I mentioned before, with Davis at the snooker back at the Crucible in April. Love an old stage of producing big guns, don't they?
Well, averages, you know, when he plays Anderson, will not tell the story because Dennis has so many bad legs, you know, real atrocious legs, where it brings his average down, but then the other legs are really good fire legs, and that's where he wins games. It used to happen to a few of us, so every average, just over 90 didn't tell the story.
142.
Well, this would be a good way to end this story. Can Priestley make this the final chapter of the match? Oh, this would be a magical way for Priestley to go back home for Christmas. Oh, what a shame, Ron. What a shame. That would have been brilliant, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. It's unusual to see Dennis go that way as well. So this guy wants treble 20. Roith, treble 20 for double 18. To hold off. Great kill from Roith. That'll give him a bit of confidence. Dennis does have the throw here. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, fair play to him actually, because remember, he hadn't actually even had a shot at a double since the second leg. Roith. He cleaned up 96 in 2 darts.
140.
Well, it's funny how a game can turn around though, Rod, isn't it? We've written Roith off, we've written his darting obituary, but the fact is,
well, we've seen it, so many times. Lloyd 2-0 up, nearly lost it. Terry Jenkins 2-0 up against young Joe Cullen, and both of them players could have ended up losing. I can't see Dennis really losing from here, but it has happened several times.
Yes, Colin Lloyd not only could have lost, Rod, should have lost. I mean, he looked finished, didn't he, midway through that final set. So yeah, can turn around very quickly in set play. Well, and in match play and leg play, we saw James Wade throw away the 8-0 lead against Scotty Waits in the Grand Slam final. So Priestley needs to keep his foot to the pedal here. Wow.
13.
What has happened here, Rodney?
Well, just lost a little bit of concentration, and Roith now a little bit more confident, took the 96 out, kicked off the next leg with a 140.
Well, there's a big crowd at the Alexandra Palace,
55.
and they must be sitting there thinking, what sort of thing is happening here? Priestley looked to have this match in the bag, in his pocket. Suddenly, the possibility here of this set going to a final leg. And Roith would have the throw in that as well, so
100.
tense moments these.
Well, it certainly is. He's only got to get this set, and all of a sudden he's thinking himself that he's got chances. And of course, that'll put Dennis on the back foot. That's where the panic buttons start to be hit. Well, he should have 6 darts from here, realistically. Should the Mexpra and Mafia.
Lovely. Oh, Priestley's found his range, now all right. His moustache is quivering with menace.
Times you hit the bullseye going for this 25 in this shot, though.
131.
He made sure he didn't hit the bullseye there, Rob, didn't he? Treble 11 was his target,
well,
of course.
If that was at the 25, that was a real wide.
Treble 11 would have left double 16. That was what Dennis was after. And now he'll be after 14 for his favourite double rod, won't he? Which he's hit 5 times in the match already. Let's see if he can do it again.
Well, he's going to have 2 darts at it, so if he misses the first one, he'll just set up the guard. He doesn't want to bust it. 14 for the tops. If he misses it just above, but he'd like to see this go straight in the middle.
Straight in the middle it goes. Dennis Priestley, the former world champion, celebrates a 21st appearance at the World Championships with a comprehensive win over Bert Roith, 3-0. Well, still one match to come. Last match before Christmas. We're going to see the King in action, Mervyn King.